The name Silhouet came from the term silhouette, which is an object that's usually a singular color, solid shape. It invokes a lot of mystery and unknowns, and it conveys a lot of drama and emotions. And so I felt like the music that we were creating matches that meaning, that the conveying of the silhouette. And so that's literally what the silhouette stands for. So that's where it came from. My twin brother and I, Roger and I, we've been making music for as long as I can remember. Since way back in '97, we started, we purchased some instruments, went to the music store at age 10, started playing drums and guitar, and then going into middle school, we started forming our own rock bands. So we've been doing music for a while. Then we got more serious into singer-songwriting. Late into high school, going out of high school, and from there it progressed, so long time. My brother, he's the primary songwriter. He's usually in the studio, crafting, creating away with keyboards and guitars and laying the foundation. I'll come in later, and as a secondary songwriter, I'll come in and help him arrange or add some things that might help enhance the production or the songwriting. And that's essentially the foundation of how the Silhouette writes and puts music together. Agent of Change, it was funny because I was going through a couple different names for what I wanted my debut album to be. Agent of Change came along because I'm like, I really want something that could establish my new sound, because my older stuff sounding more synthetic and there was a lot of harsh elements to it. And Agent of Change, I really wanted to make a stand and say, hey, I'm the agent and I'm bringing change in the music. I'm bringing change in the new sound, the new music that I'm about to put out. So that's essentially what it means. It's the agent of change, and I'm me being the agent. I have a few favorite songs, but my favorite song that sticks out to this day is Speak Up. I really love the dark tones in it. I like the message. I've always been drawn to darker sounding songs. I think Speak Up is one of those that stands out. With everything that's going on in the world, we wanted something to unify, bring unification. She'll Fix You is about, when a person's feeling down, or if they're not in the right mindset, or if they're not feeling good, they need something to get themselves back on their feet. The city or the town that they grew up in, that is the she that can fix them. So She'll Fix You is literally that. And we wanted to create a video that helps bring people along, show that unity. And so we ended up getting 5 characters with 5 different roles in their life and went about their life. I think it came out pretty nicely, and it shows that, no matter what economic background you come from or racial standing, you can still strive and you can still find union. So that's essentially the meaning of not only She'll Fix You, but also the music video. When it comes to songwriting, as a secondary songwriter, I don't really get into the madness as much as my brother Roger, who's the primary songwriter. For me, I just literally go into the studio. I already have a draft of what I'm listening to, kind of the foundation's there already. The madness usually comes later when I'm recording or I'm helping rearranging the song if need be. Sometimes it's perfect as it is. When it comes to video production, music video production, I'm the one that usually is hands-on with the director, just getting our feet wet, finding the location, make sure people show up on time, and make sure, the frames are set right and design is, on point. There's different variables that come into play and make sure a film production goes as smoothly as possible. And so there's more madness that happens in my mind than I show. But at the end of the day, it's fun, and you just got to find a way to tame that madness, I guess. The music video for Speak Up is really cool. I had these ideas from various artists, various music videos in the past. I brought it up to the director. He thought it was a great idea, so we ran with it, and we wanted to find an abandoned place to shoot it at. Initially, we thought about abandoned church, but that was turned down by a local alderman. And so we ended up finding a cool power plant, abandoned power plant, southern Chicago. And we went with that, and it was cool because there was no one there. It was like our own little playground. We got to shoot multiple scenes in multiple areas of the power plant. That was that was a really cool experience, and it was all spontaneous. That's what made it more fun. We did another location at my mom and dad's house where we set up a green screen or a black screen, if you will, and we did a lot of the cool shots of close-ups of me with the, in the darkness, sort of say. That was cool too. That was the first experience I had, and singing along to a song. I've never actually had a music video where I actually sang along, so it was the first experience for all that. It was very meaningful to me, and that's why I guess I could say it's my favorite video. Yeah, I have. It's been a strange ride with musical influences, because I started off listening to, as early as I can remember, started listening to a lot of R&B music, but then when I moved to the suburbs, I listened to a lot more rock music and some hip hop here and there, like the Beastie Boys. But I grew up on new metal stuff like Korn, and then I went into Depeche Mode, and still a fan of Depeche Mode. But I also like pop rock music like the Morrissey and the Smiths. So these various artists have shaped the way I sonically think about music and also sing. Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode and Morrissey from the Smiths, and also Morrissey himself, have really shaped the way I sonically, present myself vocally. It's nice to, even when I'm playing a record for someone, someone that I've never met, and they're like, oh, this sounds like this artist, or this sounds like this singer, and they hit it on point, because you can see the influences in the music. So someone who's been around musically and have heard of these artists and listened to these records, and then they come up to me and be like, oh yeah, that sounds like, you sound like that singer, is this you? It's like, it's pretty cool. It's a cool feeling, and it's something I hold dearly. Yeah, those are my influences. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of great artists out there, but just those that I've named really stand the test of time for me. So what's new for the Silhouet? Well, we got a new music video coming out. It's gonna be coming out in October, probably late October. We are currently working on a new single as well. I'm gonna reach out to a guy to do mixing from Austria. If that goes well, that should be releasing in November. And then I hope to play some shows too. If bars start opening, I'll get my feet wet on stage. I haven't actually performed any of my songs live yet, so that'll be nice. Those three things are on the agenda, the near future. And after that, just release some singles here and there, and more music videos, because I enjoy doing that. So yeah, that's what's coming up.